Okay, now we're going to be talking about pie charts. Remember, we are here to represent data, and by the end of this video, we're going to have filled in a box or a picture of a pie chart here. Right, now pie chart, just a reminder, is a great way to represent data, to make it more user-friendly. Pie charts give us a percent. For example, we asked 100 people what their favorite color was, and this was our response, or their response. Now here, it is difficult to tell the numbers. You can see it's a percent. It's convenient that it's 100 people. It's easy to make 100%. But you're better to figure out exactly, with a little more than a guess, what these numbers are. So we could give you these answers. We could say that was the color, blue, green, purple, red, orange. That was the frequency. And that's the percent in this case here. But now what if we were to take those away and say arrange the colors from the most popular to the least popular? It would be a little bit more difficult now. We would say, right, blue was the most popular. We can see that. Blue is the only one that is more than a quarter. This looks like it is just less than a quarter. So blue is number 1. Number 2, purple looks like it is just about a quarter, but it's definitely less than green, or bigger than green and bigger than red. So that would be number 2. Green, red, we can see that green is bigger than red. Number 3, red would be number 4. Orange looks a bit bigger than red. Number 4, number 5, and then yellow would be number 6. Right, so this is how we can do it. Now make sure if you're doing this in a test or at class, you have a good picture of the pie graph. Otherwise, try and figure out the percents. Remember, a quarter of a pie is 25%. Half of a pie is 50%. A bike shop sells bikes. Below shows, for every 32 bikes that get sold, how many of each type get sold. If 80 bikes were sold, how many would be tricycles? Right, so we can see that tricycles here, for every 16 that get sold of bikes, 3 of them are tricycles. So if we looked at every 32, we would know that 6 of them would be tricycles. Okay, so we know that 1 out of every 4 bikes sold is mountain bikes, the same for road. 7 out of every 32 hybrid bikes sold are hybrid. 3 out of 16, 1 out of 16, and only 1 out of every 32 bikes sold are tandems. Let's just check that this makes 32 bikes. Right, so we have 1 quarter, plus 7 over 32, plus 3 over 16, plus 1 over 16, plus 1 over 32. Let's add that together. Here's our bikes. We have a quarter there, a quarter here. I'm just drawing the graph quickly. And then we have our other bikes. Let's just check. That's 8 plus 8 over 32 plus 8 over 32 plus 7 over 32. So that's what we did there. So if you were wondering, 8 over 32, 8 over 32, those are both a quarter. There's 7 over 32. 16, we times that by 2, we times the top by 2, we got 6 over 32, that's our tandems. 1 over 16 is the same as 2 over 32, and that stays 1 over 32. So if we add all these top numbers together, we're going to get 32 over 32. Right, this works. This is a good graph. This is good data they've given us. Right, so we want to know, if we sold 80 bikes, how many would be tricycles? So we are getting a frequency of 3 over 16. What is another way to work out a frequency or a pie chart? There's our tricycles. We can do that, very fortunately, with percentage. So 3 over 16 is 18.75%. And we know that a percentage is between 0 and 1 if it's not shown as a percentage, and that is 0.1875. So 3 over 16 is 18.75. If you were to do this in your calculator, that is the percentage you will get. Right? So let's times 80 by that percent. If we times 80 by 100, or by 1 or 100%, we'd obviously get 80. That would be all the bikes. So if we type 80 times 0.1875, we're going to get that there were 15 bikes sold. And that's our answer. For every 80 bikes sold, 15 are tricycles. As you can see, we just simply put that equation in over there. And to make this a whole bunch easier, you could just go 80, which is the total number of bikes, times the equation, or times the ratio or the percentage. 80 times 3, I put the 16 under the 18, and 18 divided by 16 is 5, and 5 times 3 is 15. And that's your answer. It's exactly the same as previous. It's the exact same equation. And that's how we do pie charts. Well done. Let's now move on to broken line graphs, and we'll see some real life examples of these.